crispy.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Figures in Action and another rare action figure review. I am in the midst of searching for those Cobra Vipers that have just touched down at Target, as well as any other remnant stormtroopers. So I am making my daily or every other day visit to Target. I live about a 4-minute drive, about a 11-minute walk from Target, so I'm there quite often. So anyway, so I was there today, and I actually had seen these briefly at Walmart a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, 2 at the most, and I saw it quickly, and I was in a rush. I put it down, I kept it moving, and I saw them again today, and I said, you know what, this may be worth picking up, because I am not I love action figures, but I don't collect any MMA or UFC or WWE. I don't collect any of those figures, but I definitely respect the sport and the entertainment within that. But kind of looked at this figure and I was like, yo, this looks kind of interesting. It looks like, you know, I can see the butterfly wings. I can see the double jointed elbows. That looked a little funny as those, kind of those pegs in there. Those, they just look a little thick. And so I was just really curious to check this out. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed as I was looking at this is, I don't know if you could tell, the cardboard's cheap. The packaging is cheap. For the most part, you can kind of see the cardboard on the you know, kind of peeping through. I mean, in terms of the print and so forth, it looks great, but you could just tell that the packaging, and actually it seemed like they sliced it when they went to open the box, but you could tell that it's just kind of, you know how when you get stuff from China in a box, a lot of times that box is like really thin. It's just not really great cardboard. So that's the first thing I noticed. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but was really interested with that. Now it looks like the name of the company is Jazzwares, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it's Jazzwares is who makes these figures. So besides that, I like the window. I like the belt looks pretty cool. I like it that it has a couple interchangeable hands. Though that peg system looks wild, looks kind of big. I like that it has an interchangeable head as well. But I already see a little bit of a smudge there. We'll open it and get into it and look at it a little. All right, and here's Conor McGregor outside of the package. All right, so first and foremost, the head looks pretty good. Paint job is decent. I like how they kind of did the fade there in the hair. That came out pretty good. A little bit of a missing paint there a little bit, but you know, nothing crazy. Like the beard, teeth came out pretty clean. I wish they would have painted a little bit black on the inside, like right behind the tongue, just because usually the mouth gets dark, but that's okay. The eyes look pretty good. Eyebrows are on point. You have these hands here. You have the kind of the open, grabby hands. And the logo came out pretty good. The paint's pretty good. It's not bad on this at all. You also got this belt. I will say this belt's cheap. This belt's not that great. I think I have another. I should always prepare for these things, but anywho, I have a WWE belt somewhere, and it's a lot better. Like this is just one piece. Like with the WWE ones, usually it's kind of a plate that's on top of this plastic. This is just one piece. It's a little too. I just wish it would have been shiny. You know, that's what the WWE uses, kind of those that shiny plastic. And this is, you know, again, just a one-piecer. But it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I do like the way it's kind of set up. The system that's put in place to kind of lock it into around the waist. So I kind of like how that peg system is. So that looks pretty cool. And you have some serial numbers there. It also comes with a flag. It's a cloth flag from Ireland, which is his. He's Irish and he's a very proud Irish individual. Actually, it's funny because as a Puerto Rican, I always admire Irish people and their love for their culture. It reminds me a lot of my own culture. But this looks pretty good. It's just a cloth, you know, and I think at times he's come out it draped over his head and so forth. All right, let's get into the figure. So first and foremost, I do like this. These are his trunks. His trunks are tight. Originally, when I looked at them, they just looked at, like, you know, didn't focus on them. They didn't look like they were going to be cloth, so that was kind of cool. And underneath, he just has kind of that those gray tights, those compression shorts. So yeah, this looks cool. You can take it off, you know, put it down, put it up. The print on it looks good. The stitching looks pretty decent. Yeah, it looks all right. So I like that. Let's get into some of the articulation here. We're talking about 32 points of articulation. And after we get into the articulation, we can get into some of the paint and so forth. So, definitely has some good range of motion in terms of the upper torso. You know, it's not super great. The head doesn't go down. Actually, I lied. The head goes down pretty well. So he can look at his opponents as he's knocked them the hell out. His head does go all the way this far back, and there is a small pivot, but I don't think it's on purpose. I just think it's because of I'm going to say it's a ball, yep, because of the ball joint on the neck. So good range of motion there. He does have butterfly wings, so that's good. He can you know, he can kind of go that far in, and it does look good on the back as well. The color here is a little different from this color. So that's a little off. It seems like they might have used two plastics or I'm not sure, but you can tell there's a little bit of a color difference there. In terms of the elbows, double jointed elbows, like I was saying, these pegs look a little bit bigger than normal. I'm looking at a Marvel Legends here, and it's I'll compare a couple figures in a little bit, but definitely a bigger peg system, but still does almost all the way through in terms of touching his shoulder for the double jointed elbows. And in terms of his wrists, let me see here. Okay, so it does we do have it can move this way and out, which, you know, it's important because of the fact that he's a UFC fighter. And yeah, that's not bad. It doesn't have the other joint that kind of goes up and down this way, but that's okay. Let me see. Same deal over here. Now, in terms of he does have a swivel at the waist, and it's what's cool about these pants actually is that you can hide some of that. Like if you were doing something where he's twisting a little bit, you can hide some of that twist within the shorts, but he does kind of twist all the way. Let me see his legs. I had shown that earlier. His legs open all the way like this. He does not have he does have a thigh cut. He does have a thigh cut. Double jointed knees, and knees do go all the way back. Again, that not weirder, but just bigger peg. In terms of his ankles, they back and forth is fine. They don't pivot. They do. I mean, they do. It's not. Yeah, they do. Just it's a little bit of a different pivoting system, I guess, than what I'm used to. All right. Now, in terms of the paint, I think the paint came out great. I think the tattoos came out pretty good. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to, let me see. See if I can get this light so it doesn't glare as much. But yeah, the tattoos came out pretty good on his back, below his neck, even like this guy here. Let me see. Yeah, you can see right at the bottom is his elbow, kind of. That's a cool little tattoo right there. So the tattoo print came out really good. The likeness is pretty good. I have a little bit of a smudge here that I just took off with my nail, most of it anyway. This sculpt looks decent. It almost looks like some of the paint is running out here on this side a little bit, but the other side is fine. And let's see how easy it is to. I already took the head off. That was pretty easy. It's on a ball joint. I keep saying ballpoint. Maybe I'm thinking ballpoint pen. But yeah. So this one looks pretty good. Now let's see how easy it is to. Not bad. Pretty easy. And those go in and out real easy. So all right. So yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not a bad action figure at all. I mean, if you're a UFC fan, if you're a Conor McGregor fan, this is a great figure to pick up. I mean, the articulation is great, the paint job's great, the likeness is pretty good. You know what I'm gonna do now is come. And here's Conor McGregor next to the Hasbro Transformers Red series Optimus Prime, and the vintage card retro Spider-Man, which is one of the better Spider-Mans on planet Earth today in terms of 6-inch action figures. And here's Conor McGregor next to a classified G.I. Joe's Red Ninja, and to his right, my left, and a Marvel Legends Red Ninja from the most recent wave of Marvel Legends Into the Spider-Verse. That's what it is, Into the Spider-Verse line. So yeah, he compares in terms of his height. He compares favorably, obviously, to the 6-inch scale figures. Looks pretty good, man. Overall, this is a good looking figure. Again, if you are a collector of UFC, this is right up your alley. I'm pretty sure you guys are excited if you collect action figures, and this is probably the ultimate UFC figures. I'm not sure if there's any imports or anything like that. Again, I don't collect these figures, but I just found it interesting enough to grab and review it. And at the price point of about $22-23, it's comparable to most of what the Legends and the G.I. Joes and the Star Wars Black Series be going for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good, awesome rest of your week. I'm out. Peace.